This is a message from Ghostface before the video. Thank you to all my new subscribers to the channel, and if you want more Scream content and if you're a Scream fan, make sure you subscribe to the channel because there's a lot of Scream content on the way. I'll be ranking all the Scream films, ranking all the Ghostface Killers, and I'm going to be doing a live stream with all you guys for a spoiler talk as well. If you subscribe to the channel as well, I'll be doing a Scream 4K giveaway when this film comes out on digital. Otherwise, if you don't subscribe, chopping block. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ellie Moses. And damn, I got the Billy Loomis hairstyle a little bit today. Not good. Just came out of the shower. Today, this is all spoiler talk. I'm going to be giving you a detailed account of all the deaths and kills in Scream 2022 and how they went down, and some honorable mentions, and then I'll give you a ranking as well of how much I enjoyed, this sounds bad, how much I enjoyed the deaths, like watching them on screen and how brutal they were. And yes, starting off, we are starting off with the first kill of the film, and that is Vince. Yes, sadly, Vince does meet his demise. The trailer did give it away in terms of how he died, or you knew he was going to die with that scene where he's looking in the car, jumps back up, and then bang, Ghostface gets him. This scene is sort of played out a little bit before, where he gets into not a bar fight with Chad, but a little bit of an argument with Chad because Liv was Vince's like ex sort of thing, and then he keeps asking Liv out, and Chad's like, bro, what are you doing? And then it cuts to Vince outside pissing near a wall. He's drunk, and then he goes back to his car lights are on. He's like, what the heck? Goes to turn off the car lights, jumps back up, Ghostface is there, and then instantly bang, stabbed in the throat. And it reminded me kind of that kill in the MTV Scream series, season 3, where Mr. Fade or Tiger kills that guy in the car as soon as he gets in. It's a similar stab motion straight to the neck, and then Vince dies straight away. It's no chase sequence, it's just Vince meets his demise straight away. That's the death scene. Now moving on to the next set of kills. This is Judy Hicks and Wes Hicks. Sadly, yes, I know Dylan Minnette, a lot of you are big fans of him, and yeah, he doesn't get much screen time in the film. I said scream time, but yeah, that's maybe a new phrase we can coin. But yeah, he doesn't get much scream time in this. He sadly meets his demise. However, his mother, Judy Hicks, similar outcome, dies first. So what happens, if you want a detailed account of events from memory, is that they're just chilling at home. Judy Hicks goes to get them sushi. She's going to pick it up because that's how Wes likes it. He likes it fresh or whatever. Wes goes upstairs to have a shower. Judy, on her way, gets a call from Ghostface, and he's like, if you call the cops, they're not going to make it in time. Your son dies. So she turns on the siren, turns around. She's driving home to go save her son, Wes, who's in the shower, supposedly going to save him. And then she's racing home. And then she gets out of the cop car. She runs. As she's going to the front porch, Ghostface pops up from behind some bushes. And then bang, stabs her there. And then another 2 stabs from memory, kills her off. And then we get to her son's death scene where he goes out of the shower, is chilling in the house. The door opens. He thinks it's his mum. He goes to the front door. No one's there. And just right before that, the film does play a clever trick in terms of making fun of horror jump scares, where he's chilling in the kitchen. He opens the pantry cupboard. You expect Ghostface to be there. He wasn't. He goes to the fridge, opens the fridge. You expect Ghostface to be behind the fridge. He's not there. And a couple of the audience's members chuckled, including myself, at that scene because it was just bait and switch. You didn't know what was going to happen. It was cleverly done. And then he goes to the front door, sees it a little bit open, and his mum's dead just on the front lawn. She got killed in broad daylight. He goes, closes the door, turns around. Ghostface is there. Ghostface goes to stab him. He holds off, and then the blade, Ghostface overpowers him. The blade cuts through his neck, but it's through the side bit here, and it goes through the skin, and it's some fantastic practical makeup work. It's just, you can see it all, and it's absolutely brutal, and he's just there, and it's a great close-up, and he dies, sadly, meets his demise. There's 3 kills off the block, straight up. And yeah, now the next death scene in the film is off screen. It's a cop in the hospital, where Tara is alone in the hospital. She's trying to escape because apparently the cops are stupid in this film. All the cops were delegated to the death scene of Wes and Judy Hicks, and no one was guarding Tara at the hospital, despite her being the first victim of the film in the opening scene. We've all seen it in the trailer. There's no cops there. There was one cop at the hospital, but the whole hospital's abandoned somehow. And yet, there's an off-screen kill with a cop. His throat got slit. He's there, dead on the floor. Have to mention him because he counts as a kill as well. And then the next death scene really hurt me a lot. It was Dewey, David Arquette's character, in the hospital scene. This pissed me off so much, and this scene did reveal who the Ghostface was. And spoilers here, I'm going to say who it was because this is spoiler. I'm giving away the death scenes in general, and I've talked pretty well so far. I haven't really jumbled up, so no cuts so far, which is good. I really love doing this film. David Arquette was fantastic for what he was in. There was a great scene as well with Wes's character where like all the characters were together, all the high school characters, and it was just Dewey with them, and Mindy was giving the rundown of like the horror genre and what happened to like the stab films and how like the last one is hated and like requels and just like being a soft reboot of the original with legacy characters. And Dewey had a great interaction with all the characters there where it was telling him why each could be suspect. And then Wes turns it on him. He's like, hang on a second, you're the retired cop turned like drunk, miserable. You're the ex of a really famous reporter. Why isn't you that could be a prime suspect as well? And Dewey's just sitting there and he's like, that cut deep. And then I couldn't stop laughing. That was a fantastic scene. But yeah, Dewey dies. It's a confrontation with Ghostface, who we find out this one was Amber in the scene because Richie was right there as well with them. So it was Richie and Sam trying to get Tara out of the hospital because Ghostface was trying to kill her. So they get there in time to save her, and Dewey takes on Ghostface. And looking at it now in hindsight, since it's Amber, Dewey should have easily overpowered her, but he does state previously in the film that he's like has a lot of nerve damage and he walks with a limp, so maybe that could be an argument as well. So he takes on Amber. He does a nice jiu-jitsu hip throw as well, and then Ghostface gets on top of him. And throughout this whole sequence, this was what gave away Richie as one of the killers in my opinion, because he's just sitting there while Ghostface is fighting Dewey, and he's not helping out. He's not helping out at all. He's just sitting there shocked. And when you think about it now, it's because Amber was his girlfriend. And yeah, he was shocked at the situation that she could have died because Dewey gets the upper hand. He shoots Ghostface twice, Amber, into like some glass cabinet, and it falls back. And then they go into the lift to go out, and then Dewey's like, hang on a second, they always come back. You have to shoot it in the head. And then Jack Quaid is being a bit overprotective there as well. He's like, wait, what a second. And then Dewey goes up to Ghostface. He's about to shoot Ghostface in the head, or Amber, and his phone rings, and he gets distracted for a sec. He looks down, Ghostface stabs him in the stomach, and then Ghostface turns around, stabs him in the back, slices up his back. It's really, really bloody. And then Ghostface says, it's an honor. So that scene in the trailer where he says, hello, Sydney, it's an honor. No, it's that bit as well with Dewey, where Amber kills Dewey and he dies. It's an honor, and there's blood all over the floor. And it cuts to a close-up of the phone, and it is Gale Weathers who called. And yeah, Dewey dies in that scene. And that's what gave away Richie as the killer. That scene, we're not helping Dewey. And also being shocked and really protective with his facial expressions for Ghostface, because you know it's Amber, he's in a relationship with her, and obviously he was scared for her. But yeah, moving on to the next kill of the film, I believe it was Ghostface himself from memory. Yeah, there wasn't one after that. There was the chase sequence with Chad, sorry. There was a chase sequence with Chad. It was actually cleverly done, where he's hooking up with Liv in the house party in the third act, and she leaves, and he goes after her, and she sends him his location on a phone app, and he goes to look for her, and he's all excited and stuff, and it turns out Ghostface had stolen Liv's phone, so Amber had stolen Liv's phone. And then Ghostface, they get closer to each other on the app. Ghostface comes up, stabs Chad in the leg. Chad gets away. He's hiding in the house. He's trying to call the cops. He's trying to dial, but his phone's all bloodied up, so he can't get the number. And then he tries to make a run for it, and it's that shot from the trailer. As I said, the trailer does give away a lot in this film. He runs off, and then he gets stabbed from behind, then stabbed multiple times repeatedly. But Chad does survive. Chad does not die. This is an honorable mention. And yes, again, going back to Dewey, I know I am jumping forward on back here,
But Dewey's death, I actually predicted a couple months ago in my trailer reaction. I'll put the clip right now. My trailer reaction is this scene. I think it was like a blink and you miss it moment. It's this shot of Gale screaming, and I think Sydney is probably stopping her, or someone is stopping her. And my conclusion is, I think probably Dewey is severely injured or hurt or possibly dead in this scene, because I don't see many characters Gale reacting this way to, and I can't remember if they're broken up in this film or still married, and even if they're broken up, she still possibly has feelings for him. And the only characters I can see Gale reacting to this is maybe they've got a child or something, or Sydney or Dewey. And most likely that's Sydney there, and I think possibly Dewey could die. Maybe this is the aftermath of the hospital attack scene. And yes, I predicted it because of that reaction from Gale in the trailer, and it did give away a lot, because Gale is not going to react like that to any other character unless they introduce like a daughter or a son of hers, or it's Sydney or Dewey was severely injured or dead. That's what gave it away. And looking back at it now, the trailer does give away a lot of what happens in the film in terms of like where characters are, so I could tell beat for beat what was going to happen. But yeah, moving on, Chad does survive, but you don't know at this moment. And the next kill of the film, actually, I remember now from memory, is Liv. And this is another sort of similar MTV season 3 screen kill. Remember the goth girl? I forgot her name, but she turns out to be Ghostface. But she shoots the guy with I think his name was Miles, with the gun. And this scene as well is similar. All the teens are together, cramped up in the house, and they're all like arguing against each other who's Ghostface is the killer. And then Amber, like, shock out of nowhere, is like, actually I am. Bang, shoots Liv in the head, and she splatters all across the wall. And then Amber's like, time for act 3. And then all the events unfold. Sydney and Gale arrive in the house, everything happens, and then we move on to Amber's death scene. It's sort of cut in between with Richie and his battle with Samantha, and then as well Amber taking on Gale and Sydney. It's just like sort of two Ghostface fighting off two separate characters. And now Amber's death scene, so she stabbed Sydney previously, and Gale was shot from previously as well, because Amber came out of the house, and Gale and Sydney, you see that trailer shot where they're about to go in the house, Amber's screaming, oh, he stabbed me, and then Gale and Sydney look at each other, it's a trap. And then Amber shoots before Sydney could get off her gun, and Gale gets shot in the stomach. But they're fighting Amber in the kitchen, and Amber had hand sanitizer all over her face, and then they managed to get the gun. Gale points the gun at Amber after they get the better of her. She's near the stove, and the stove is on. They shoot her twice, and then she falls onto the stove, and because she has the hand sanitizer on her face, she falls onto the stove and she burns to death. But as we know, as you don't know, it's a spoiler, she's not dead yet, but we thought she was dead. And then the next scene is Richie's death, which is like a typical killer monologue. He's giving his monologue and speech as Samantha is crawling away because she was stabbed in the stomach. That's how you find out Richie is the killer. She's crawling away to a knife behind a curtain. And this is weird. It's like she has a vision of her father, Billy Loomis, in the mirror. And Billy's like egging her on, like sort of like, yeah, stab him, become the serial killer I was. And I was just like, it was so cheesy seeing those visions. Like, it felt so out of place. And then, yeah, she stabs Richie in the leg, and Richie was previously shot in the leg from Sydney, but this was when he was innocent. Sydney was going around the house shooting doors just in case Ghostface was behind them, and she accidentally shoots Richie in the leg, and Richie plays the innocent victim card. He's like, oh, you shot me and stuff like that. And then as Richie gets stabbed in the leg, Samantha gets the upper hand of him and just slays him down. Like, I'm talking slash. She's stabbing him to death, like multiple stabs, then cuts his throat. He's dead. And then all three characters are together. Samantha, Gale, Sydney, and then Tara comes in, and like they're all good and everything. And Sydney tells Samantha they always come back. So Samantha shoots Richie 2 more times in the chest and then in the head. And despite his throat being slit, just in case, you gotta double tap. And then Amber, the zombie looking burnt motherfucker, walks into the room screaming. And as she's going in, Tara shoots her in the head. As she's going at those 3 characters, Tara shoots her in the head from the side. So yeah, they're all dead. And Honorable mention, another one as well, is Tara's opening sequence, which I found to be fantastic. Jenna Ortega's acting was fantastic. She gets stabbed 7 times in the opening sequence and her leg broken, but she survives because I think you hear the sirens of the cops right before Ghostface delivers the final stab before the title crawl. So it must have been a non-lethal stab, despite her being stabbed 7 times. She still survives the scene. But yeah, from memory, that is all the deaths in the film. And yeah, that's a detailed account from memory. I think I did quite well. Let me know what you guys think of all the death scenes. In terms of ranking them, I thought Richie's Ghostface kill was really brutal. Samantha really brutalized him. They were like multiple stabs. Multiple stabs. Even Chad, Ghostface got multiple stabs on him, but he survives. But yeah, Richie and Wes was probably the most brutal. Because of just, Wes was just slow motion, like, it's just going in slowly through the neck. It was unbelievable. It was so terrible to watch, man. It was so bad. But yeah, Liv was just a normal headshot. Amber's was actually horrifying, being burnt with hand sanitizer, shot twice and then shot in the head as well. But yeah, Judy Hicks was stabbed really brutally as well. But yeah, even the scenes where like the core characters don't die, and they survive their encounters with Ghostface, they get stabbed multiple times. It is brutal. It is brutal, this film. Ghostface is a menace in this, and he's a complete prick, especially Amber, where she's like, I enjoyed doing what I did to Dewey. Oh man, she gave me Jill vibes there, but I still didn't like her as Ghostface. She wasn't in the film enough, or like there wasn't enough hints surrounding her. Like it just came out of nowhere. And Richie was kind of predictable. Yeah, let me know, guys, in the comment section down below what you guys think of this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for all the screen content coming. As always, it's been your boy the Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.